Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Twinkle Town.
In the heart of old Basra, where the air hummed with the chatter of merchants and the sweet scent of spices, a young man named Bilal ibn Said had just opened his small shop. It wasn't a grand establishment with towering shelves or shimmering silks. No, it was a humble stall, nestled neatly under the shade of a wise old date tree. Bilal was not rich, nor was his shop particularly large, but what he possessed was far more valuable, a heart brimming with unwavering honesty. Every single morning, as the first rays of the sun painted the sky in hues of gold and rose, Bilal would begin his day with a quiet, heartfelt prayer. He would look towards the heavens, his hands cupped, and whisper, "Ya Allah, bless my day with halal rizq. O God, bless my day with lawful, pure income." This was his mantra, his guiding star. One sun-drenched afternoon, the bustling market saw the arrival of a distinguished guest. A wealthy trader, his robes fine and his posture proud, had traveled all the way from the famed city of Damascus. His keen eyes scanned the market, passing by larger, more opulent stalls, until he found himself standing before Bilal's modest setup. He looked at Bilal, sizing up the young merchant. "Young man," the trader's voice was deep and commanding, "give me 10 kilos of dates. And make sure they are the very best you have." Bilal nodded respectfully and began his work. With careful, deliberate movements, he started to weigh the glistening, amber-colored dates. He scooped them onto his bronze scale, his focus absolute. But just as he was about to pour the weighed dates into a bag, he noticed something. A tiny stone, no bigger than his thumbnail, had rolled out from the pile of dates and onto the scale. He paused, without a second thought. He picked up the small stone and set it aside, off the scale. The wealthy trader, who had been watching intently, let out a slight frown. "It's just a small stone," he scoffed. "It weighs almost nothing. Who would even notice? Who cares about such a trifle?" Bilal looked up from his work and offered the trader a gentle, disarming smile. His voice was calm and steady as he replied, "Sir, even if it is small, my scale must show only the weight of what I sell. It must be true to the dates you are buying, not the stone you are not." The trader from Damascus fell silent. The sounds of the market seemed to fade away for a moment. He had traveled through countless lands, from the markets of Persia to the ports of Alexandria. He had dealt with hundreds, perhaps thousands, of merchants in his lifetime. But he had never encountered such meticulous, principled honesty over something so insignificant. He looked at Bilal, his expression shifting from impatience to genuine curiosity. "Young man," he said, his tone now softer, "I am truly impressed. I have never seen such care. Tell me, why are you so incredibly careful about something so small?" Bilal's gaze was sincere, his eyes reflecting the deep faith that guided his every action. He answered, "Because I fear the day when Allah, the Almighty, will weigh my deeds. On that day, I pray that no stone of falsehood, not even the tiniest pebble of deceit, will be found on my scale." The word struck the wealthy trader like a cool breeze on a scorching day. His eyes softened, and a look of profound respect replaced his initial arrogance. He saw before him not just a seller of dates, but a man of immense character. He smiled, a true and genuine smile this time. "In that case," the trader declared, "do not give me 10 kilos. Bilal looked up, perhaps with a hint of concern. The trader continued, "Give me 50 kilos. And he didn't stop there. As he traveled, he spread the story of the young merchant in Basra. He told everyone he met about Bilal's incredible integrity. Soon, the name of Bilal the merchant was on everyone's lips throughout the city. A new saying began to echo through the winding alleys and crowded squares of Basra. If you want true value, go to Bilal, the merchant. His scale is as honest as his heart. Years turned into decades. The small stall under the date tree flourished, growing into a large, respected store, known far and wide. Bilal grew old, his hair turned to silver, and his face was etched with the gentle lines of a life well lived. But one thing never changed. He never, ever compromised on his honesty. And every single morning, until his final days, he would begin with the same heartfelt prayer he had started with as a young man: Ya Allah, bless my day with halal rizq. It is said that on the evening Bilal passed away, the call to prayer, the adhan that echoed across the rooftops of Basra, felt different. It felt sweeter, more serene than usual. It was as if the very angels themselves were whispering a gentle welcome, saying, "Here comes the man whose honesty was his prayer." The beautiful lesson from Bilal's life is a timeless one. Honesty, even in the smallest, most insignificant of things, is what attracts Allah's greatest and most abundant blessings. What seems like a tiny pebble today can become a mountain on the day of judgment. A pure and honest scale in your worldly affairs ensures a favorable and blessed scale in the hereafter.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and press the bell icon for notifications.